Let me start off this video by saying I don't really know why I decided to make this video. I'm currently infected with a little known disease that's plagued every inch of our lives that for some reason we don't have a cure for yet. So I decided with all this extra free time that I have from not being able to go to work, I could talk about a subject that's always puzzled me. The topic in question being, when did we just think it was okay to make a bunch of random words in the English vocabulary mean something totally different? Let me help prove my point. Goat. A goat is defined as a hardy, domesticated ruminant animal that has backward curving horns and, in the male breed, a beard. God, English is hard. It's a hardy, domesticated ruminant animal that has backward curving horns and, in the male breed, a beard. This is a picture of a goat. Goats are typically known for their atrocities against the entirety of nature. But you want to know what isn't an atrocity towards nature? This goat. Want to see another picture of a goat? Bam! How about another? Bam! Another one? Kablooey! Just one more? Boom! Yeah, I'm just kidding on this one. This one is not it. Modernly, we've made the word goat mean greatest of all time, and it works. It works because it's like an acronym. But let's not act like when we were kids, we didn't know what someone meant when they referred to someone as being a goat. I remember when I was a wee young thing, my dad called Matt Ryan the goat. I was sitting there thinking, well, duh, he's a goat with all those awful throws and plays he makes, because goats are nasty and they're stinky. But now that I'm older and wiser, I know now my dad was talking about Matt Ryan being the greatest of all time. And I learned two things that day. One, goat meant the greatest of all time. And two, my dad never knew what he was talking about. All right, word number two that I want to go over. Thirsty. Thirsty is defined as the feeling of needing to drink. I am thirsty all the time. You won't catch me dehydrated because I'm always slurping down on some kind of beverage. You know what you won't catch me doing? Throbbing on the floor, pleading for a girl to be with me because I am down bad. What does drinking a beverage because you are parched and being so horrendously down bad have in common? Being thirsty can apparently mean both of these things. Since when did we as a society decide that being down bad was considered as thirsty? Like, sure, it could come with the prospect of, like, craving something. Like, when you're parched, you typically are craving a nice, cool drink. But, like, if you're salivating at the thought of a woman so much, like a certain anime protagonist, I'd at least consider you hungry, because that's what you do when you're hungry. You salivate. You aren't thirsty when you salivate. You got no hydration left in your system to even start the process of salivating. I don't know, man. The word just makes no sense to me to translate properly without my brain melting. Before I go into the modern slang word that gets me the most, I'd like to mention a few words that aren't quite that bad, so I couldn't make a full segment on them, but I still want to talk about them. 1. Sick. Affected by physical or mental illness. The word now can also mean something was cool or awesome. Last I checked, which was like approximately 30 seconds ago, being sick isn't that cool or awesome. It kind of sucks. It makes me want to tear my eyes out, but that's besides the point. 2. Salty. Tasting of, containing, or preserved with salt. Salt is an important nutrient for our body. It regulates blood fluids and prevents low body pressure. It regulates blood fluids and prevents low blood pressure in our body. You know what doesn't help me? People that are considered salty. I don't even know why the word salty started meaning someone was peeved off with you, because I personally love salt, and a lot of other people do too. And I've never personally been mad at salt. I don't know. Maybe people just use salty when referring to people getting peeved off because of the sheer amount of forehead sweat you can gain from some man raging that a 12-year-old is beating them in Fall Guys or something. Lit. Provided with light or lighting. Illuminated. This one I mentioned because this is actually one of the few modern slang words I see, and I actually agree with. And I see why it's used. Lit is usually used when you find something to be cool or amazing, and I agree When something is lit up, usually something cool happens. You light up a firework, you're about to see a really cool light show. You light up a sparkler, it's cool for like 15 seconds. You light up a stove, you know your mama's about to make you something quite delicious to eat. Using the word lit is pretty lit, and I approve. Now onto the word that I don't understand the most. But it seems like every woman from the ages of 13 to apparently 50-year-olds now, because my grandma's saying it. But that's besides the point. The word slay sends it sends my body through a midlife crisis every time I hear it come out of someone's mouth. The word slay means to kill something in a violent way. So you're telling me that when I wear my most lit outfit to school on the first day, I slayed something? Sorry, I'm not a murderer. All these girls be walking around nowadays saying things like, yes, girl, slay, and slay queen. Half of y'all are sociopaths in the making. One day, some girl's gonna say to you that you didn't slay. And you know what? They're probably gonna be the ones that end up getting slain. Because you girls value slay, the word slay, so much that let me just put into a retrospective here. See, this word is already having me fumble over everything that I'm trying to say. I can give a girl the biggest compliment she has ever received in her life, and she will look at me like I was a big bumbling buffoon, an actual monkey. But if I were to just go up to her and say, slay, I guarantee you, she would immediately fall in love with me. Right on the spot there. Hands and knees, pull out a ring that didn't even exist and marry me just because I told her that she slayed that day. I mean, I guess the same can be applied to the phrase, you ate. But like, yeah, I feel refreshed when I've eaten. I feel good when I've eaten. So yes, I did eat, queen. Purr. I'm telling you though, the next time someone says the word slay to me, I might just have to throw them with the force of 1,000 suns out of the atmosphere. I'm so tired of hearing that word, and I hate how modernized it is in our society today. In conclusion, I slayed.